Hi, hello, and good evening. It is June 22, and we had nothing better to talk about, so we figured we'd give Temptation Island a shot. Um, this is this one's interesting. I have many mixed feelings, lots to get into, so we're not going to waste any more time. Let's get into it. All right. I am Kyle Petty, and I am joined, as always, by my festy besties, John Dunphy and Gina Morgino, and this is Strat Chat, your favorite reality TV podcast. You can find us on the socials at Strat Chat Pod or on our website at stratchatpod.com, which I am now remembering is not updated. Um, so, Temptation Island, this is our first go with this sucker. Don't know anything about it. Apparently, it was canceled at one point, it was rebooted by the
You
USA
know what?
Network.
When I saw that they were like, this was what, season 4, season 5 or something, I was like, how has this gone on for this many seasons and I've never heard of the show until right now?
Oh, it says season 5, but then if you go
Yeah,
online, like I don't
there's
know,
been more.
Wikipedia said like 7. I don't know what's
Yeah.
I
happening.
have never heard of this show before you texted us in
Oh
the group chat.
no, I had heard of it, but I just didn't know anything about it. I just knew it was smut. I just didn't realize it was
Smut.
like this.
Yeah, there's
This
it's like a lot of ass in this show.
Yeah.
this show is smut. This show is pure trash.
Oh, it's garbage.
Right, right.
Garbage.
So for those who don't know, it appears the premise is, again, because we're only 2 episodes in, we don't know much. This is our first experience with this guy here. With these couples that seem to have some issues, they're there to find themselves individually and collectively by way of temptation. And so they go to this island, and the couples will be separated, and they will be faced with oh God, well, with temptation. So so you've got 4 couples, right? Male, female. They get eventually separated. Your 4 females will end up in a villa with 8 single men, um, and then your 4 men the same. Eight single ladies. Um, I don't even know where to begin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Obviously, if you don't give in to temptation, then obviously, your relationship is supposed to be so solid and whatever. And this is supposed to be our way of proving ourselves.
Well, there's also like whatever it was showing in that like pre-episode like thing is like there's like that weird like orb that will
The
start
little
glowing if someone
globe,
starts cheating
yes.
on somebody. I'm like,
If
what's
somebody gives
happening?
into temptation, the globe will illuminate.
yeah. I actually think
Yeah.
that part of it is pretty interesting.
That part will be fun at
Yeah.
some point.
Right.
Um,
I do have to say, so there is something, and if there's anybody out there that knows what happened to the singles cast, please fill us in, because something clearly happened here. Now, you guys saw, right, that Mark, the host, Mark Wahlberg, who we're being introduced to, I feel like I know him. I don't know him that well, but he's the host. This is Mark. He mentioned, right, in the premiere episode, 8 single men, 8 single women, right?
mhm.
And we got the breakdown of them. This is the 8 single men, right? If you take a look at this.
Okay.
Something happened, though.
Oh yeah, something's afoot.
Yeah, something happened here. I don't know what the whole thing
Oh,
was.
who's this guy?
Okay. Now, if you look in the front row, all the
Mhm.
way on the right in the front row,
Mhm.
I saw a couple places online mention that his name was Julian Bradley.
Okay.
Okay. We have not seen a single confessional from him yet. He has been in some footage in the first 2 episodes that we saw, but I could not find, because I loaded all of the cast members' photos into our streaming platform today, into Restream, and his headshot is nowhere to be found. And if you look at this article from USA, and this first paragraph, it says, "What is Temptation Island without some sexy singles to tempt our couples? Season 5, which premieres on USA Network on June 14th, will bring 8 single women and 7 single men to the party."
Interesting.
curious if anybody knows out there what happened to this person that I've seen him in a couple of photos online out there that the name is Julian Bradley. I don't know if that's correct or not. I don't know what happened, why this person's
COVID.
not here anymore.
And COVID.
You think so?
I mean, probably.
I
Okay.
just made it up, but
that tends to be the way things go
Yeah.
at this stage.
I'm just curious because I even watched. I know our friends on
Bless
the
you.
Reality Guys. They love Temptation Island.
they do. They do.
And I had watched a couple of their streams from these first 2 episodes, and they didn't mention this whole thing. So I was looking for answers about what happened to this mystery man. He has been in the footage from the first 2 episodes. No confessionals whatsoever, though. So
All right. Well, we'll keep our eyes and ears open. Mr. Julian? Julian, is it? Julius?
Julian, yeah, Julian. Yeah. Yep.
Julian. You're looking. So what do you think of this premise? Just for the show in general. I think it's terrible. I would
right mind is signing up to do this.
Yeah, I don't know. I would even buy into it more if the singles were not coming in with the energy of "I'm looking for love." It's like you're definitely not.
I
going
know.
to find
I'm like,
love here.
listen,
Like, this is
all of
not-
these dudes are fuckboys, and all of the girls think they're the hottest woman on the face of the earth.
Right,
Like,
right.
nobody is coming in here to be like, I want a genuine connection. No, you're looking to be hot. Like,
Right, and you want to be a temptation, and that's fine. I would respect that. Like, listen, I'm here to test these people. Let me see
Yeah.
whose feathers I can ruffle. Like, I'd be down for that. But this is not a proper dating show. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Or sir.
Yeah, I forget which of the single men it was, but like made a big thing in one of his confessionals about like, I'm here to steal some girls, and I'm like, there's only 4 girls here that are in relationships. Like, it just feels like, how many relationships are you looking to mess up in this
like, what
one
is this
season?
supposed
Well,
to
and
be?
then I also wonder, like, why. I mean, I get like for the premise of the show, but like the single dudes and the single women never like match. There's like no way of
Well-
like them meeting up or anything, or.
I did look online that apparently it does happen after some of these seasons that like some of the
I'm sure it
singles end up
does.
getting together afterwards. And I have seen from what it looks like that a lot of the people that go in as couples, there's a pretty low percentage rate of couples that come out still intact.
Yeah,
Um,
not surprising.
Yeah, I don't know about this.
I'm ready for the chaos.
I mean, it's going to be chaotic. You want to run down each one of these couples
Yeah, let's
and
do
give
it.
some thoughts, some opinions?
Oh man, this is wild right off the bat.
Let's see some people.
Vanessa and Roberto.
Oh my God, what a way to
Mhm.
start. What a way to start.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, now, I'm endeared towards Roberto. He
Yeah.
doesn't bother me. I didn't love the blow up in the jacuzzi or whatever we had
Yeah.
seen in episode
Yeah.
2. But it just seemed like a very emotional moment for him. I'm sure he was drinking and just had enough, had enough. We've all had moments like that, We'll forgive, but we will not forget. Okay?
Yeah.
Now Miss Vanessa. Ooh.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a little rough. I like the way she speaks. I think she has very good diction.
She has an interesting accent for sure.
Yeah, I do. I enjoy hearing her speak, but the words she's saying are just all awful. She's
It's
very
like
not nice.
I know I would not get along with her at all, but I'm so excited to watch her all season. To just like she is going to be so much like chaos and good TV that I'm
Yeah.
like, you are a terrible person. Put her on screen as often as you can.
Yeah, she's gonna be a good time.
Right.
She's gonna be a good time.
I will say, I'm happy in a way that we started with them because I think that the interaction that the host, Mark Wahlberg, had with them was very interesting.
Mhm.
And I think it shows what kind of a host Mark is, that he's not afraid to ask tough questions of anybody and get into people's business. And I
Get
think that's
into
what
the
you
nitty
need
gritty.
in a good host. And the fact that like Vanessa here, we had saying like, I have very high standards and this and that. And then Mark kind of fighting back being like, well, what does Roberto get?
Right.
Is he allowed to have those same high standards? Like,
Does
So
he
I
get an
kind of
equal
liked,
partner here, or is he somebody for you to mold?
right, right. And I think something that's interesting to
SmackDown.
look at. Oh yeah, absolutely. And
Delicious.
I think that's something that's interesting to watch with Vanessa moving forward, because even the fact that the guy that she seemed to connect with the most was 25, I think almost speaks to like, I mean, we barely know these people, but like the fact that Vanessa's coming in with somebody who's 24, she's 34, so a 10-year age difference. And it seems like she just kind of wants, like, and Mark was hinting at this, but he was questioning the couples on that first moment, like being like, do you just want to mold Roberto into exactly what you want, or is he going to be an equal part in this couple that's eventually going to be married? And the fact that like the person that she was instantly drawn to is only a year older than that, is 25. And I think at some point Vanessa even made a comment like, am I just a cougar picking up these young men? And it's like, I wonder, like, she seems like this type of personality that's very strong, that maybe is looking for a younger man that she can control and like mold into whatever she wants. And that's why she keeps continually ending up with younger men who might be more, likely to mold into whatever she's looking for.
That's very deep for 2 episodes. I mean, it's certainly possible the writing is sort of on the wall, but like, yeah, I don't disagree. I don't disagree.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
No. Because she's very domineering. Like, I mean, like, she's just, I mean, even in that moment where like they were trying to establish rules, but I don't think they were talking about house rules in this. Do you remember this conversation?
Oh, yes.
I feel like they were trying to have a conversation about boundaries.
Yes.
And she goes down with that entire laundry list of rules. And like, who's really going to respond to that? Like, anybody older than 25 is going to be like, get the hell out of here. I'm not looking for this. You know what I mean? Like, so like,
there's a part of me. Yeah. There's a part of me too that wonders of that segment, how much it was edited. Like, was Vanessa the one listing?
This whole thing is edited to film. Like,
no, of course it is. But I mean, like, because the way you're just saying it, Kyle, like the way that it's like making her look like this domineering person, and I wonder how much she, maybe she said one or two things, and then someone else spoke up, and then she said one other thing, and someone else said something else. But the way they made it look was it was her just reading off this list.
Yeah.
And no one else had any other chance to speak. And I wonder how much of that was editing and how much of it was her. Because I could see it going both ways. I could see it being, all right, we all know that she's already a domineering personality, so let's just make her continue to look this way. Or was she actually that domineering even in that conversation?
Right.
But yeah. You want to get into the next couple here?
Yes.
Oh.
All right. This is Caitlin and Hall. 8 years on and off. Engaged. The only couple, right, that's actually engaged in there.
They suck.
If you are engaged and you're going on a show like that, like, come on. Like, by this point, you don't know if you can trust each other.
I think they're just ridiculous. You're really telling me that after you were dating for 3 years, you broke up, you got back together. It's now been another 5, and only in this moment at this fire with these strangers are you now discussing why this happened?
Yeah.
There was no opportunity in 5 years to have this conversation, but now she just found this out. How good can this relationship possibly be? I can't even imagine what interactions must have been like for them. Like,
yeah.
What? You never had a conversation about it? It just sounds so ridiculous. It just sounds so ridiculous.
No, I totally agree. Like, you dated for 3 years. He broke up with you. You got back together. You've been together again for 5 years, got engaged. And you only just now found out that time he broke up with you 5 years ago was because he wanted to date other women. And he brought him to a show where he's going to get to date other women.
At no point did you wonder, why did you break up with me though?
Yeah, like what? That doesn't make any sense to me. So anything that befalls them that is negative is honestly not going to surprise me. I'm not going to be upset. Whatever. Yeah. Like, what a joke. What a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. Please.
Yeah. And the fact they've been engaged for a year, there's been no wedding planning of any kind.
Yeah.
I think somebody actually asked Hall at one point, I think, too, like, oh, like, so, what are your thoughts? Like, you're engaged and all this. And he was like, they were like, oh, like, do you have a date in mind? Like, do you want to set a date? And he was like, well, that's up to her. It's like, well, shouldn't that be up to both
do you
of
have
you?
no preference in the rest of your life?
I mean, it
Right.
sounds like no, but I think that was like to hint at the fact that like he's ready to now. It's up to her because she's the one that's not like participating in this. I think
Well,
that's what
you
that
know,
was.
yeah. And I do wonder though, like, because the fact that she found out here in this setting on this show that the reason he broke up with her all those years ago was because he wanted to date other women, like, makes me feel like the reason she never like really was planning the wedding or felt as secure as maybe she felt like she should have in the relationship is because, like,
Of
I don't
course.
even really know the reason that you broke up with me.
Yeah.
Like,
And
Right.
who's
But
to say
how
you're
do
not
you
going to leave again?
but of course, but that's why I can't understand how you just go through life not having that conversation.
Right.
Like, how did you
That's
even
like,
get engaged before you had that
but
conversation? Like, what are you
forget
talking
engaged.
about?
Forget
Stupid.
engaged. When you're getting back together, it's like, okay, but why did you leave though before we get back
Right.
together? Like, let's talk
There's
about
just a
what went
million
wrong so
steps
it doesn't go wrong again.
right. There's a million steps that we should not have taken before
I do
before this
think,
conversation happened. Like, so
yeah,
stupid.
yeah. I do think I remember some talk though around, because it seems like in some of the conversations we've seen Hall have that he's like ready to have kids. He wants to have kids. And maybe Caitlyn wasn't as ready to have like a family at yet. And
I
I think
couldn't
that's,
imagine she would be because
well, sure, but I think that that's what Caitlyn, like, what it seemed like to me was that Caitlyn was expressing that she felt like the reason the breakup happened was because she wasn't ready to have kids when Hall was, or wasn't ready to start a family, all that kind of stuff. And now she's just finding out, well, that was never the reason at all. It was just that you wanted to date other women,
But even like, why
which
would
is,
you assume something like that without talking
it's
about
just so
it?
dumb.
It's all ridiculous.
yeah, it's all ridiculous. It is.
Yeah,
It's a
whatever.
ridiculous show.
I hope they
It's a
fail.
ridiculous
I hope
show.
they fail. They're a joke. They're a joke. They're a joke.
Honestly, yeah, I think for the best for both of them in the
Yeah.
relationship, that's
Mhm.
probably,
Mhm.
next couple here is
Yeah.
Maricela and Christopher. My God,
Oh boy.
damn you, Christopher! Damn you!
Oh, wow.
Damn you, Christopher, huh?
Oh,
Yeah, he outed her on television.
okay, but not only that, because what got me about that was that like he outed her to like that group of girls, and then the next day when they were talking about it, he was like, "Oh yeah, it's just I like without asking her first, I just like told everybody that she's into girls," which the rest of the couples didn't know either, and it's like, okay, and now you just did it again. So are
Right.
you like thinking through anything before you say it, or are you just saying things?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
not a fan of Christopher.
Okay, well,
I have a feeling Kyle's not a fan of her.
I'm not a fan of either of them. I'm not going to completely condone him and the way that some of this was outed, but the other side to this is while this is something that she had not shared with her family yet. First of all, we should not be going onto a dating show and we have a secret like this. Okay, there's that. That does not. How can you go into a show like Temptation Island, and this not be there? So like, no, I don't know about all that.
But you should have the ability to choose whether it's shared or not.
Whether
Yes,
it's
when
shared or
it
not, and
comes
the
to
way in which it is, like,
yes, and I do agree with that in terms of who she's interested in sexually. However, the other side to this is that if you are expecting this person to be in this with you, your decision to live this way, because she's not just interested in women, she's expecting him to be okay with her having a relationship with a woman while with him. That does affect him. That affects his situation.
was that what the conversation was?
Yeah, that's how they got into it, because she's saying she wants to have a sister wife.
Well, but that's not how it started though, because
no.
the conversation around the table was, do you want to have kids? Do you not want to have kids? And he said, no, that's not what she wants.
Well, no, he says she wants something different, and then he stopped himself. Now, wait a minute. You have to think about what this moment was, okay? Like, And I'm not saying that I'm not saying it's all right, because there's still something wrong here. But at the same time, this is a natural conversation to have. If somebody's saying, do you want to have kids? That's a conversation everybody is always asked when you're trying to get
Of
to know
course.
somebody. And if
I
and
don't think the next
and
step though then is for him to hint that she wants. Do you want kids?
no, and
No,
that's what I'm
but
saying. I'm not.
she wants a sister wife. Okay, that doesn't like compute to me.
No, let me finish though, because like it's not. I'm not condoning that. I'm not saying that's completely okay. But when you're in a situation where you've been drinking, it's not so ridiculous to think that something like that could come out, because you're just saying she wants something different, and you're like, oh damn, I shouldn't have gone that far. But it's at the front of your mind because this is your situation. Like, I just don't think it was as villainous as it was being sold. As I guess where I'm going with that. This wasn't, because then her whole edit now became, um, oh, I can't believe he used my story like to further himself with these women. And it's like, yeah, but your story is also intertwined with his now. And it's like, talking about this is also how he now figures out what his new normal is going to be if he's settling in with you. It's no longer just your story. So it's not okay the way that he brought it up. Like it's still sensitive, but I think we should be a little bit more sensitive of him too, because how does he pivot in these moments? These moments are hard.
I missed that was like the bridge to that conversation. I think I was kind of like doing something while I was watching. So to me, it was just like, oh, like my girlfriend is bi and now I'm telling everybody and she doesn't want anybody to know. Like that was, I completely
Right.
missed the
No.
sister wife
Yeah, that when she made
piece
that
of that.
sister wife comment, you're making it sound as if like you all are gonna now be acting as like one unit. And it's like,
But I think that what bothered me about it is that like this conversation has clearly happened before. Because he didn't, all he had to say was, for her to know exactly what he was talking about, all he said was in a response to someone saying like, well, do you guys want to have kids, like this and that, he was like, well, that's not what she wants. And she was like, no, 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 like I feel like this has happened before, whether there's been
yeah,
drinking,
no,
not
it
drinking,
probably
whatever.
has. It
And
probably
like
has.
if
Like,
they've been, and right before this too, they were both talking about how he loves her family, she loves his family, like it's like, so what bothered me is that he knows that her family and her friends don't know about this, and yet he brought it up and then put her in a situation because she clearly immediately responded like, I'm not comfortable with people knowing this yet. So he stopped. But now you're on this dating show where you're both supposed to be now breaking apart, dating singles separately. Now you've put her in a position where she immediately responded instinctively like, I don't want people to know this, but now because I responded that way, I now have to let you tell this story because it's going to look like I'm hiding something from people, and who's going to want to take me on
no,
dates if I don't tell them what you brought up. If they've been
yeah, no,
together for what, 2 years or whatever.
I don't
Yeah.
disagree with any of that. But the problem, this is why you should not have a secret like this and be on a dating show.
Mhm.
Like if you're doing something like this, these conversations are going to happen. If you're going to be drinking, this is the same risk you take if you just go out with your friends and you have them no secrets. If you're going to be drinking and talking about things that center around that, this is how things slip. So you don't go on TV with a secret like that when you know you're going into a situation like this. If you applied to be on Temptation Island, you knew exactly what it was. So like, that's really where I think that's the biggest error here. Like, I'm not saying that what Christopher did was right, but like, it's not something that has not happened to all of us at 1 a.m. on a Saturday.
Yeah, oh, that's fair. It's totally fair.
You know, it just
Totally
really
fair.
sucks the way that it happened. But like that, my God,
It's
I
like
guess-
I
yeah.
just got annoyed then like the next like she got upset about it. She left and was very upset. He did not go after her to check and make sure that she was okay. Like she just left and was like, well, now I'm bothered by this. And the next
Yeah,
day he was like, yeah, does
he
everybody
knew
want to
he
know
messed
about like
up, and he
but like
Yeah.
the next morning he was like, everybody want to know the dumb thing I did? I'll do it again because none of you were there for it, but I'll tell you about it. And it's like, you
Right.
just saw how upset she got when you did it
Right.
last night.
yeah,
Like,
I mean,
he
listen, it
knew
was going to
he shouldn't
spread
have brought
anyway.
that up.
At that point, the bell had already been rung. It's not
But
much you can do there.
let her
Yes,
control
no,
the
you're right.
Yeah.
narrative.
No, it was
Right.
still
And
still
that's-
wrong.
yeah.
It was still wrong. It's just that this can happen. This is the risk. we
Sure.
take. This is the risk.
This is, but I just, I don't know. I don't know. I have a hard time, I guess, believing that this is the first time they've been out drinking with people. And
No, I'm sure it wasn't. I'm sure it wasn't.
And this was something, whether it's on TV or not. This is a secret that he knows about her. And I'm sure they've been out in other situations where they've been drinking. And maybe this was the first time. But here's the thing.
But doesn't
this is
that
what I'm
also
saying.
bolster my argument, though? Because it's like, if he's done this before, then what the hell makes you think it's going to be any different?
No.
later?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I don't. But that's what I'm saying. Maybe we don't know all the details. Maybe they've been out in a situation socially where they have been drinking. He knows the secret about her and hasn't spread it. And the first time that he does, maybe, is on television. It's like, so we've been out in clubs and bars and we've been drinking with our friends and with strangers before, and you haven't spread this secret. And then you chose now to say it for the first time when we are on TV. And that's even more of a reason to be like, are you using this to your advantage because we are on TV? You know what I'm saying? Because they obviously go out and drink with her friends and family. Again, he manages to keep the secret in front of them, but not when they're on national television.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying this is what happens. This is what happens.
Yeah.
Right? They suck. Neither of them are good. Like I was just saying,
it's an interesting conversation. I got to be honest. I like Maricela.
I like her too.
Yeah, whatever. I don't like how she handled this. I don't like how he handled. I don't like how either of them handled this. I just don't think that
But I give her a lot more leeway. I give her a lot more leeway.
I give her more leeway. I just don't think that he should be totally dogged. It's a slip that could have happened to anyone, is what I'm saying. That's all.
I would agree with you more if it happened just at that singles and couples mixer that they had in this episode. But when he then continued to say it and not let her talk about it in her own right, the next day when all the couples were together and then he was the one that had to say it once again, it's like, all right, dude.
Enough now. Enough. Let her control it now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that.
All right. But should we get into the last couple?
Yeah. I don't have much to say about them at all. They suck. I wish there was a little
Paris and Great.
Out of here. Yeah. I don't like anything about them.
I dislike Great more.
Yeah.
Because he clearly has cheated on her multiple times. And when being called out on it, just was shaking his head all mad. It's like, no, you cheated on her. What do you want anybody to do?
Yeah, but look at them also. I mean, they're both gross. How I can't.
They both suck.
They're both
okay. So two gross people.
I was trembling. I just couldn't believe it. I got speechless. Oh my gosh. Oh, vapors. And it's like, are you kidding me, God?
And that's fair. That's fair.
You're just trying to be offensive. Please.
Well,
they're both.
Maybe she came into this game thinking, this guy's cheated on me. We've only been together for 2 years. He's cheated on me multiple times. So now we're in the situation where we're both going to date other people. Yeah, I'm going to play it up. Oh, this guy, he's treating me so well. My leg is trembling. Why couldn't you treat me that well? Maybe we wouldn't be on the show if you did.
It's whack. Oh, it's whack. Whack. If that's the best defense, I guess that's the best we can give her. I think they're just whack.
Yeah.
These couples are awful.
Really rough.
Awful. Yeah.
There's some really bad, really bad couples.
Do
you think that any one of these couples will survive? A single one? Or if even taking that out of the fact, just
actually
who is the one couple that you think has the best chance to survive?
I think the couple that has the best chance to survive.
No.
And this is also not knowing the show, right? Because I don't really know how things wrap up. Because survive to me means that we still leave as a couple.
Right.
Right. It does not mean that we don't give in to temptation. Because I do believe they both will. But I believe that at the end of it, they're just gonna be like, ah. And I think that's Paris and Great.
Oh God.
I think they're just going to be nasty to each other the entire time, doing spiteful things, and then at the end of it, just like, whatever. You want to just get back together, like whatever, and then just make up on the plane right back to Africa. Okay. Isn't that where they're both from?
Is it? I missed that.
I think that's where they're both from, and I was like, how? Well, obviously, because that's where they would come from, because they're a couple. It's not like they were just here by happenstance. I feel like that's where she said she's from.
Maybe. I don't remember.
But either way, they'll make up on the plane, wherever they go back to.
They're the first African couple to join the cast of Temptation Island.
Yep, they'll make up on the plane. So I think they'll both do stuff, but...
That's such a fair read, honestly.
Yeah, that's all. But I think they're going to give us good TV the entire time.
Uh-huh.
I gotta tell you, I think that Hall and Caitlin are not gonna last.
Oh,
but I think that it's because of going to be because of Caitlin. I know Hall has this big like connection with this girl Michaela right now. They went on their date. Mm-hmm. He was the one saying the reason he broke up with her was because and with Caitlin was because he wanted to date other women, and I feel like that's going to come back to bite him in the ass. I feel like he's going to end up somehow like being faithful. He's not going to hook up with anybody. And then Caitlin's going to be like, well, screw you. I found somebody else. So goodbye.
I don't know.
Screw you.
In every segment, he seems to be the one that's having the hardest time being around these women. He's always like, oh God, I'm going to get in so much trouble. Yeah. Oh no, you have to get her out of here. Oh God, I can't do this.
That's
just
fair.
Be around a woman?
See, that's the thing, though. He likes to say that, but then he also, at the dating selection ceremony, was like, oh, do I have to pick? And Mark Wahlberg, the host, was like, well, yeah, you have to pick. And he was like, I want to pick all of them in front of Caitlin.
That was the follow-up. He was like, oh, do I have to pick? And at first it seemed like, aw, that's a nice thing to say. And then he said, I want everybody. And it's like, okay, well, yeah, no, that's not what
terrible answer.
I think that the first time that something is offered up to him, he is going to take it.
I think that Caitlin's going to find somebody else, and Hall is going to be alone when he leaves.
I think they're both going to give in to temptation. I do.
I think, yeah.
No, but definitely Caitlin. Definitely, because it's in her eyes. You can just see it.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. She's ready. I think she likes this guy. What's his name? Michael, I think his name is. Right? Michael?
I don't know any of the singles' names.
I
think this is the guy that.
Name.
Oh, him.
This is the guy that Caitlin's been talking to, Michael.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I can't decide. I can't decide.
I think Vanessa and Roberto. I think both of Vanessa and Roberto are going to leave the island alone. I don't think they're going to be in a relationship, and I don't think they're going to find anyone else.
Yeah,
I don't know. Roberto might.
I mean, he's got more of a shot.
Yeah, Vanessa. She's going home alone. She's going home alone.
Yeah,
I think people are going to think she's too much. And it's not that they couldn't maybe have a relationship with her later or something, but I think that this is a party environment at the end of the day. Who wants to do all of her rules? Don't be in here with your chips. Don't be doing this. Don't be doing that. And it's like, you know what? I'm just here to have a good time, lady. No. So I don't know. Maybe in the real life, maybe people could deal with that, but not a 2-week party. I mean, how long is this film? Can't be that long.
I don't know.
Well, there was a point when they were splitting up after they said goodbye to each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where somebody in one of the couples said, like, "Oh, it's only a few days."
Well, yeah, I heard that, and I was like, "Wait, how long are they actually in there for?"
Right. That's what I meant. Like, maybe and we don't know the show at all, so maybe there's points in the season where they all come back together again for some kind of like party or something like that. Who knows?
Oh, sure.
But I honestly, I have no idea how long this show is filmed for. It seems like at least the last few seasons, there's been like 12 episodes. We're only 2 episodes in, but 10 episodes left is not that many. No. So
yeah,
it would just be like 2 or 3 weeks. Who knows?
Yeah. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. I'm excited to see some of the like dates that they have, because this first one seemed like they were all on like a boat and they were snorkeling and stuff. They were all like hanging out together, like the people that chose their dates and stuff. Like they were all like hanging out together. So like, I wonder, like what other types of dates they'll go on and stuff. And at some point they had some like alone time together. I don't know. It's very weird. Like you come in with somebody that you know like fairly well. And in like Caitlin and Hall's class, they know each other for 8 years. But I feel like even some of these other couples, they've only been dating for like a year or two. Like they don't know each other really that well, right?
No. And that's what I also thought about Roberto and Vanessa. There was a time when he was talking about, oh, we've been with each other through thick and thin and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what are you talking about? You've been together for a year? Y'all ain't been through nothing?
There was also... I
Yeah.
can't remember which couple it was, but one of them, like the woman kept being like, oh yeah, and like, you know, he hasn't like proposed yet. It's like, well, if there's no future, like what's gonna happen? But they've only been dating for like a year and a half. And it's like, why are you putting this like yeah, some people get engaged in that time, but like why are you acting like you've been engaged or you've been dating for like 10 years? And it's like, all right, well, you're not ever gonna put a ring on my finger. Like
it's been a year.
It's
Right.
only like a year.
Like, what are you talking about? Like, relax.
Yeah. I remember that moment. I had the same thought. Yeah, I don't know. It's really wild, honestly.
Yeah,
I could never be on this show.
No.
I don't understand using this as a way of like relationship building. Like I don't understand how you come out of this feeling good. Like in any way.
Go to couples therapy like a normal person. Why are you going on a stupid ass TV show?
Yeah, I don't get it.
Like, do you think this show would be better with people that have been in relationships, whether married, engaged, or just dating, that have been in a relationship for like at least 5 years? Every couple that comes in has to be in a long-term relationship, at least that long. Like you can't be like in your early 20s only dating for a year and now you have to get tempted. I feel like it would almost be more entertaining that to see people that are either married or engaged having issues. Like what happens when these couples who have committed to something more get tempted by these singles, rather than having like a 22-year-old dating a 23-year-old that have been together for a year. And now we put a bunch of 23 and 24-year-olds that are singles in there to tempt them. It's like, no, like, I feel like it's more entertaining to me to see somebody that's made more of a commitment get tempted, who's been in a longer term relationship, and see how they react, rather than people who have barely even been in a relationship and barely know each other at all anyway.
I mean, it's also just like
barely know themselves being in their early 20s, you know, like,
I mean, you know, like the honeymoon period is typically over once you hit like the year mark, but it's like if these people are in their early 20s, they've only been dating a year, they may have like never had a real fight before. Like, have you ever faced any hardship in your relationship at all that like this is the test you're trying to take right now?
Yeah. This show sucks.
It's so bad.
It's awful. I can't wait until the next episode.
I know.
I like, tweeted. I was like, this is already the worst show I've ever seen. I can't wait to obsessively watch every single episode.
Yeah, I know. It sucks in like the best way possible.
Well, not about the best way possible. I mean, it's still pretty painful.
It's bad.
Yeah, it really is. Like,
yeah, but that's why I want to watch it. That is why I want to watch it, because it's so bad, and these people suck.
They're awful. They're all awful.
I mean, it's better than Love is Blind.
Listen, Love is Blind is a dumpster fire, and I love every second of it. All right, I freaking love Love is Blind.
I really wanted to like get into it just to be part of the zeitgeist, because you know I like to be trendy and hip. But I'll tell you what, I couldn't.
No, you don't understand. That show is absolute garbage, but there were multiple days that Darcy would knock on my door and be like, hey, 5 new episodes of Love is Blind just dropped. And we would post up on the couch and we would just watch it all day long. We wouldn't do anything else.
My God.
Well, do we want to pick our favorite? So for all those out there that are watching and listening, we decided we would pick our favorite person from the couples.
John decided we were going to pick favorite people because someone
I
was
didn't
probably
decide.
hot.
Whoa, I didn't decide anything. Listen, we asked multiple options. Kyle at one point was like, should we pick our favorite couple? And I think all of us said, I have a hard time picking a favorite couple.
Right,
And
because I
then
don't like
I
any
was
of
like,
these people.
They're all terrible.
yeah, and then I was like, it was like, should we pick our favorite couple and then our favorite single man or our favorite single woman? And I was like, oh, maybe that's too much. So I suggested that we pick one favorite person from the couples, one favorite person from the singles. Doesn't have to be a man or a woman or whatever. It could be whatever we want to pick. It could be woman, man. And you're now insinuating that I somehow forced this on everybody. We were all discussing ideas. So I had started to say, do you guys want to give your picks now, and before being attacked by Gina? Which, by the way,
who's being attacked?
hold on a second here. I actually have something to share.
Ah.
We haven't gotten a single one of these from Gina yet, and our friends, people like Lewis and Michelle from the Erasing Race, are threatening to boycott us until Gina gives us this.
I swear to God.
Yeah. Yeah, if you know us and our podcast well, we like to lead. Gina has refused.
You say it like we do it all the time.
It's become a part of the podcast. Like
one episode, one time.
We like to lead.
Yeah, we like to leadle, and Gina has not given us a single leadle anyway at any point on any medium, whether it's been at a stream, whether it's been in the group chat. We haven't gotten a single leadle from Gina. So should we eject her? Let us know.
Eject! Oh my God!
It's Mon Monday.
Yeah, we know it's Thursday, but
ejecting people. That's a lot.
Yeah. Imagine if we could do an ejection like graphic, Gina getting ejected for refusing to leadle.
The nerve of this man.
Listen, you say the nerve of me, but the nerve of you to not leadle when we all have. It's really something. But anyway, you want to pick your favorite couples person and your favorite singles person? Who wants to start?
My favorite couple person is Vanessa.
Wow. Wow. So Vanessa.
Yeah, I'm saying Vanessa not because
she's gonna be so much fun to watch.
Yes, exactly. It's not because I like her. It's because she's already given me a lot to talk about. She gets me very excited. I am excited when she's on the screen. So I have to say she's my favorite.
She's definitely the most fun to watch right now. I'll give you that.
She really is. She's really a good time. And I guess if I had to pick a favorite single person, I guess I would go with Nafisha. She's fun. She's really hot. I just like she's got a very spicy attitude. She looks like she's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
It's my selections.
Gina?
Oh God. My favorite couples person. Oh freak! I don't remember anybody's name. Hold on. You go, and then I'll figure it out.
You're the worst.
No, I know who my person is. I just don't know her name.
Yeah. It's getting real spicy.
All right. My favorite from the couples is Maricela.
That's the one I was thinking of. Yes.
Okay. Oh, double selection.
I love her. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say. I know that, Kyle, you were critical of her because of coming on TV with having this secret that she didn't want spilled, and it got spilled.
Well, I just think it was a good decision.
I just think she's very sweet. I think she's very sweet.
I was endeared to her, and I know the edit made an idiot out of me, I guess, because just that whole I don't know. I felt for her. I felt endeared towards her.
Yeah, I thought she was very sweet. I like her very much, Maricela. Right. I hope she finds happiness. I hope she finds happiness and love.
All right. And my opinion on this would really change if she just said sister wife is like a funny thing or something, but that suggested to me she's looking to have like a different kind of situation, and that's why he said a different kind of family. So, I don't know, it just kind of changes things for me.
I just felt like he should have known, Christopher. I felt like he should have known.
I think that he
That's
did
not
know
something-
that, because I think when it came out, he kind of sat back and he was like, "Ooh, like
Yeah.
he did." I think he
but
did.
he
know.
did it again.
I
Right.
know.
That's the
I
problem,
know.
is that he did
That
it
is the
again.
problem. That is the problem. It's not good. I don't like him. I just think the initial slip, well, whatever. We
Yeah.
did it. We already did this.
So, my favorite from the couples is Maricela.
Mhm.
My favorite from the singles, my goodness, is
The whole reason
Nafisa.
why we're doing this, by the way.
Oh goodness, she is.
Yeah, well, that's what I said.
so
I
gorgeous.
got yelled at for it. The only reason we're doing this is because John saw someone hot and wanted to talk about it.
Yeah.
I wasn't
support it.
even the first person to suggest bringing up our favorite people. Okay, there was like 3 different ways of showing our favorites, and the last one that I brought up was showing one favorite couple person and one favorite singles person, and yet for some reason I'm getting called out about this. But yes, you're correct. Nafisa, I did want to talk about her. She is absolutely gorgeous. My goodness.
She is very beautiful.
I have followed her on every single social media platform.
I'm
I
sorry.
hope to meet
definitely
you
stole you some of your thunder.
someday.
I'm sorry.
No, you didn't at all. You didn't at all. I'm actually glad that
You
you brought
validated
her up
him.
before I did. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You said her name, and I said, all right, I'm doing something right, because Nafisa, my goodness, I hope to meet you in person someday.
Oh, Lord.
She's a hottie McHotterson. Oh, absolutely. Smoking.
Look at her.
Smoking.
Woo!
Ooh.
All right. So, Gina, your favorite couple person you said also was Maricela.
Maricela,
Who's
yeah.
your favorite singles person?
I don't know. I feel like I don't know anything
All
about
right,
any of these
coming
people.
unprepared as usual.
Oh my God.
I think that her favorite would probably
Should we choose
be,
it for her?
Oh no.
well, hold on. Probably him. Just based on looks. Who's this one? No.
That's Christian
No.
from New Zealand.
Who's this one? Maybe.
That's Griffin. That's Griffin.
Who else is left?
That's Bryce.
Not for Gina. Who's this?
That's Tajik. I think they've been calling him Jake.
Drunken Gina could. Those eyes.
Drunken Gina good. What does
Gina
that
good.
mean?
That's
Oh,
Christian.
I
Christian.
could see this for Gina. So who of these gentlemen tickle your fancy?
What do you got, Gina? What do you got for the singles?
I don't know.
What do you got for the singles, Gina? God, always unprepared. Always.
What do you mean always? When have I
This is
ever
always
just
your
not
story.
had a response?
Oof, this is getting
Pretty
Yeah.
much every time. I don't know who my third pick is. Oh, I don't know. You go
Okay,
first.
but I
Oh.
always come prepared with my first 2.
Yeah, well, it's still unprepared if you're picking 3.
I'm gonna kick his ass.
oof. Wow.
Oh my God. I hate you.
This is really getting off the rails. Gina will share her favorite single at another time.
When I get to know them a little better.
Yeah, the same time she gives us a Lidl.
Jesus Christ.
That's when we'll get her second pick.
Oh boy.
Getting
Well, I guess
attacked,
that's officially a
attacked,
temptation.
attacked.
Listen. I am not even the one that brought up your lack of Lidling. Michelle of The Amazing Race was the one that called you out. So she is the one that said that her and Lewis will not appear again on our podcast until you Lidl. So you can blame me all you want. But the fact is, Michelle and Lewis are waiting for your Lidl.
Let's not talk
All of
about.
our dirty laundry.
Let's not talk as if you don't never miss an opportunity to call me out on something.
That's what I'm here for. It's my job.
Liz is supporting
Right.
Gina's decision not to select a favorite single.
Thank
Liz
you.
says she feels like it'll get easier to pick favorites in the future.
but
as
that's-
you get
I
to
feel
know
like
them.
the only one that I can the only one that I know anything about at all is not Chloe, and it's just because I thought she was Chloe.
Woof.
So you're talking Abby. You want Abby to be your singles pick?
No, I didn't say that. I said the only one that I know anything about is not Chloe because I thought she was Chloe. Is
I don't
Abby?
know-
Is that
All
her
right.
name?
Why? That's not
Locked in.
I don't think
Doesn't even
she-
look like Chloe.
I don't think she does.
She looks enough like Chloe that you could tell me that like Chloe got some work done and that's her, you know?
She looks like Chloe in the way that she has skin and eyes and a nose.
Okay, do you know who Chloe is? Do you know the Chloe I'm talking about? Because you don't watch any of the shows she's on.
Oh wait, you're not talking about Chloe from the Traders?
Chloe from
That's
the
what you
Traitors.
That's what you said before.
That is,
I did not say that. I never said the Traitors.
Yes, you
I
did.
said the
That's
Traitors,
exactly
and
what
you
you
said
said.
Kyle said the
and-
Traitors. I didn't say the Traitors. I said
you-
Chloe. No,
Kyle
Chloe from
said no.
hold on,
No.
hold on.
No. Kyle said Chloe from the Traders, and you said, yeah, exactly.
And I was like, all right.
No, hold on. What is her name? Fuck.
The thing about
Yes, Liz, that Chloe. Thank you.
That is not what you said
Right, but
before,
the thing,
Gina.
yeah, the thing about it though is that it actually now the new issue is what you said pre-show. So whatever this picture is that you pull up is actually now, as Joey would say, moo.
It's a moo point. Cow's
This
opinion.
Chloe. This Chloe.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up the Mariah Carey sign. I don't know her.
She's from Too Hot to Handle. She's from Love Is Blind, and she's from whatever that new show is that like a bunch of people from the Mole were on. That like new dating show.
I can't.
Whatever
Tell,
that is.
I gotta tell you, I don't know if I can trust you, Gina, because before you said, yeah, she's on the Traders.
I did
So,
not.
I don't know.
Take...
That's what you said. That's what you said. That is literally what you said.
Okay.
We will find the footage.
Find the footage. You just said it happened pre-stream. What do you mean find the footage?
I'm gonna clip the hell out of this.
It didn't happen on stream.
Oh, it did.
about?
It did happen on stream. Oh, it did.
Y'all are really crazy tonight. Y'all are crazy.
Oh, it did happen.
God.
It happened live on stream.
Oh,
And
did
I am going to
it?
clip the
Did
hell
it?
out of this.
I hope you do.
I have a lot
You
of
are way
stuff to
more
do.
confident than you should be.
Oh,
I have
am
to I have to disconnect from Apple.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
You're joining my team. You're joining my side.
I am, because I have I don't know what Gina's saying. I can't hear her.
Yeah, I don't know what Gina's doing.
We get
she's
there
lost.
from what we were just talking about.
We're not.
You are so annoying.
I can't wait to find this footage.
I just
On
really
stream.
wanted to talk about something else. Because you
I
guys are
know,
being
I
ridiculous.
know, I know you did.
Yeah,
I know.
because you're just being ridiculous. Because there is no footage of it. There's nothing to clip. All right, it happened.
No, there is.
John,
there
it didn't
isn't.
happen on stream.
The whole thing with Chloe and the Traders. I hope we're wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I wish there was something, but I think it was before.
You have fun finding your clip, Kyle, you were saying.
Wow.
Oof. Well, I was just gonna say that I'm getting a new phone tomorrow, so I have to cancel some things. Some things are being charged through Apple, like my HBO and stuff like that. So I have like a lot of work to do tonight. Stars. It's like a lot of work switching.
Mm.
Yeah, you don't realize how like tied into like the universe you are.
So just because you don't have an Apple phone, you can't use any of your Apple
I don't
accounts?
know, but I'm scared. Like, how do I cancel it if I want to cancel later? Like,
Because
do
isn't
I
it just
get-
through like your app, like whatever email address your Apple ID is tied to?
I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know these things. See, this is where I get
Like
old.
how you sign into like the App Store or whatever? Like,
Right, but how do I get into the App Store if I don't have an Apple thing anymore?
yeah, but I'm saying like whatever accounts you have like through your email address. Unless I'm thinking of, I'm not understanding what you're saying. I don't know. Like, what do you mean you have to transfer your accounts? How so?
Like, don't you need to like now disconnect like some of your like Apple stuff? Because how can I cancel it like later? Like when it's billed.
But why do
through
you have to
Apple?
cancel it? Isn't it the same?
because like you can't access like your account settings like without. It's like weird.
Well,
Like when you go to
you'll
like
still have your
address?
Apple ID. You'll still
Yeah,
have your
it's
Apple
tied to
ID.
an email address, not to the phone.
right, but then every time you try to like go to HBO Max and go to your account settings, it's like, oh, this is billed through Apple. You have to go through Apple, and it's like, so how do I go through
Yeah,
Apple
but you can
without?
probably just use whatever email address is tied to your Apple ID.
Right. Like you won't lose that. You're just gonna have a new phone with like Android stuff that you could like sign up
it'll be
for.
a
But you'll
different
still have
app
all
from
those
whatever app store you
right.
have on Android, but you
All
can
those
still log
existing
in with the same
accounts.
stuff.
Yeah,
No,
all
I
those
know, but
existing
you can
accounts from your
only
phone, you can.
cancel using your iPhone. Like you have to go through like.
Well, do you still want to? Do you actually want to cancel them?
No, I don't want to cancel them. I'm saying, what if there's a time that you want to cancel? Because don't you have to like go into settings and then you have to click that little guy, right?
But I think
And
you
then
can
you have
do
to go
that
to
online
subscriptions.
from like a laptop.
You
It's all that
can.
from your Apple ID, yeah.
Yeah, from your Apple
There's
ID.
like a website to do that on.
Oh, Apple has a significant presence on the internet.
No, I know, but I always thought you couldn't access that like from like a fake computer. Don't you like
No,
you
well,
have
I
to
mean,
get
it's
into
like,
like those things, or you have like an actual like what do you
but again,
log
it's
into?
like before, like I didn't have an iPhone for a while, but I used like iTunes on my computer, and I signed in with my Apple ID when I was buying songs through iTunes.
Yeah,
You know
well,
what I mean?
I don't have iTunes either because I can't download things on this computer.
But it still exists with your whatever ID you're using, your Apple ID is, whatever email address that's all tied to. It's through the email address, not through like specifically Apple products.
Okay.
Also, all that Chloe stuff was definitely before the stream, which is so annoying that I'm, remembering and
Thank
correcting
you.
myself now.
Thank you.
But
Thank
it cannot be denied, and it needs to be memorialized at this moment. 56 seconds, well, 57 minutes now. Here we go. Okay, where Kyle said Chloe, and you were like from the Traders, and you were like yes from the Traders.
I did not say the Traders.
Yes, you
I didn't
did.
say the
Yes, you did.
Traders.
Kyle
Well,
said Chloe from
your
the
word against
Traders.
mine. Your word against mine.
No, it's both of our words against yours. We're correct.
Okay.
But anyway, all right. Does anyone else have anything to say about Temptation Island?
No, I'm done with Temptation Island. I think the show is stupid.
Garbage.
Are you saying you don't want to watch it anymore?
No, I'm gonna keep watching, but
Yeah, I'm going to keep watching.
I'm gonna watch every second. I'm just gonna hate it.
yeah, I mean, like, I'm definitely gonna be hate watching. I'm definitely gonna come on here and keep slamming it.
Well,
yeah.
all right. Well, we'll see what Chloe from the Traders does.
Oh my god.
Sorry, I'm trying to sign in like you guys are talking about. I want to see those.
All right. Well, then I'm going to do the honors.
Yeah.
We're done talking, right? You guys want
to out of here?
Let's get out. We should get out of here, right? We're getting cracked. Okay.
I'm done.
This was our episode of talking about Temptation Island, episode 1 and 2, season 5. So come hang out with us. We got stuff going on. Come hang out with us at Strat Chat Pod, Instagram, Twitter. Find us. Go to our website, www.stratchatpod.com. All right. We'll see you soon. Later.